Deep within the fortified heart of Moscow, Vladimir Putin believed himself untouchable. Surrounded by a fortress of secrets, he saw war as a distant game played on maps from a safety he thought was impregnable. But everything changed on the night of December 29. A deafening noise ripped through the skies over Vald, shattering his illusion of invincibility. The Novgorod state residence, once considered a fortress beyond attack, now faced an ominous threat. That night, the unthinkable happened. Enemy drones targeted the very window of Putin's own bedroom. This wasn't just a strike on a residence, it was a direct assault on Russia's core security doctrine. Geographical coordinates revealed that the attack hit hundreds of kilometers behind the front line, in what Putin called his ultimate safe zone, the information cocoon. The significance is staggering. This place, the so-called red zone, was where Putin believed he was safest. Now, it had been penetrated. The war had crossed into an uncharted, relentless dimension, exposing how fragile his so-called fortress truly was. How did a leader who proudly declared victory on the battlefield suddenly find himself vulnerable, hiding in his own sanctuary? How could Putin, once so confident, be reduced to a frightened prisoner behind his walls? To unravel this mystery, we must look back just 24 hours. The night prior, a bizarre twist of diplomacy was unfolding. On December 28, a day before the crucial meeting between Zelensky and Trump, Putin appeared in camouflage, flashing a mocking smile. In a dramatic speech, he delivered a new, unwavering ultimatum to Ukraine. He claimed that whether or not Ukrainian forces withdrew from Donetsk no longer mattered, because Russia was advancing unstoppable on the ground. His message was clear: we are winning, and we set the terms. But that same day, the Kremlin's narrative began to collapse. Zelensky met with Trump at the White House, an event that signaled a dramatic shift. Trump spoke of final negotiations, and a thaw between Kyiv and Washington. The world saw the crack in Putin's armor. Instead of victory, a new threat emerged, an accusation that turned everything upside down. Sergei Lavrov, Russia's foreign minister, appeared on television with shocking news: Ukraine had launched a drone attack on Putin's residence in Valdy. 71 attack drones, aimed at the heart of Putin's sanctuary, had been destroyed in the night. Lavrov portrayed this as a final move into state terrorism by Ukraine, a blow that forced Moscow to reconsider its stance. Yet, he also revealed an uncomfortable truth: talks would continue, despite the attack. Meanwhile, Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov dismissed the incident with confident falsehoods. While claiming that Putin was preparing to meet with Trump soon, he brushed aside the attack, insisting no plans existed for a meeting with Zelensky. The message was clear: they were panicking. Even as they denied the assault, the cracks in Moscow's facade widened. But why was Putin's residence in Valdy targeted at all? Hidden in the woods, this is no ordinary holiday retreat. It's a secret fortress, part of his elaborate security network, the information cocoon. Located over 900 kilometers from Ukraine. It's one of the most secure sites in Russia. Yet, the recent drone attack suggests even this stronghold isn't invulnerable. Ukraine's advanced long-range drones, capable of striking over 1,000 kilometers, bluntly exposed the weaknesses in Russia's defenses. Their S-300, S-400, and Pantsir systems, designed to guard strategic sites, proved ineffective. The drones flew close enough to threaten Putin's most protected hideout, proof of a glaring security gap. Despite denial from Kyiv, the threat looms large. Ukrainian defenses boast the range and precision to reach even Putin's personal sanctuary, no longer just a distant hope but a tangible nightmare. The Kremlin's narrative of strength crumbles further. Their retreat from negotiations is less a show of confidence, and more an acknowledgement of vulnerability. This attack did more than wound a residence, it revealed Putin's deepest fears: insecurity, paranoia, and the dangerous illusion of safety. Far beneath the Black Sea cliffs lies a billion-dollar palace, the Gelendzhik Palace, equipped with its own church, ice rink, casino, and lounge. Carved 50 meters into sea-facing cliffs, it is said to house a vast underground city capable of withstanding nuclear war. Complex tunnels, water sources, escape routes, designed for a leader to vanish from the world in moments. And Putin isn't the only one protected this way. Similar complexes exist in Yamantau Mountain and beneath Moscow itself. The tunnels beneath the city stretch to extreme depths, up to 200 meters, connecting strategic command centers. Billions of rubles, stolen from the people's resources, have been poured into these underground sanctuaries. But the recent drone attack at Valdai proves even these extensive networks can be penetrated. Modern missile and drone technology have rendered traditional defenses obsolete. War now arrives at everyone's doorstep. Despite burrowing deep underground, Putin may still find himself trapped politically and psychologically. How long can he sustain this facade of invincibility? As the shadows of new threats grow longer, a brutal question looms: will paranoia and underground hideouts shield him forever, or will they become his prison? In the heart of Moscow, Putin believed he was untouchable. Surrounded by a fortress of secrecy, he thought his influence made him invincible, hidden behind layers of security and illusions of control. The world's chaos seemed distant, their threats muffled by steel walls and satellite defenses. But all that was about to change. An unnerving silence hung in the air, as if the earth itself was holding its breath. Then, disaster struck. On December 29, a deafening roar shattered the night sky over Vald. The atmosphere thickened with foreboding, metal against metal, echoes bouncing off the icy terrain. Near Putin's residence, a barrage of drone explosions lit up the darkness. Over 91 unmanned aircraft crumpled midair, leaving smoldering wreckage in their wake. Walls that once seemed impenetrable trembled, cracking the illusion of safety. How could a leader so confident be suddenly vulnerable? The blow was not just physical but symbolic. Russia's image of invincibility shattered in a matter of moments. This attack wasn't an average strike, it was an unprecedented breach into the core of Putin's sanctuary, his own bedroom window targeted, a direct insult to his authority. The sense of security Vladimir Putin had carefully crafted was crumbling beneath the night sky. The question hanging in the balance: could he still hide behind his fortress of lies? Or had modern warfare finally caught him? To understand the chaos unraveling, we must rewind to December 28, the day Putin took the stage. Cloaked in camouflage, mocking a show of strength, he delivered a ruthless ultimatum to Ukraine. Claiming that the Ukrainian forces' withdrawal was meaningless, he insisted Russia's march was unstoppable. His words echoed like a victory chant: what you do no longer matters. We are winning, our terms are final. His bravado conveyed complete dominance. But just hours later, that confidence unraveled. In full view of the world, Zelensky met Trump at the White House. The atmosphere shifted instantly. Trump's words hit a different reality. He welcomed Zelensky warmly, declaring that peace talks were nearing their final phases. His light-hearted comment, "This place is amazing, I don't think Zelensky wants to leave," hinted at a quietly changing tide. That moment marked the beginning of an unforeseen collapse for Putin's ambitions. The illusion of control was slipping away. And then, shockingly, Sergei Lavrov appeared before the cameras, his voice trembling as he delivered the unthinkable news. Ukraine had launched a daring drone attack against Putin's private residence in Valdai, nestled in the Novgorod region hundreds of kilometers behind the front lines. 91 drones, a massive, coordinated assault, targeted his sanctuary. Lavrov claimed they had been destroyed in the air. But the implications sent shockwaves through Moscow. Could Putin's strongest hold truly be penetrated? Was his fortress compromised? The world's eyes sharpened. If Ukraine's long-range drones could strike this deep into Russia's heart, then no refuge, no matter how fortified, was safe anymore. The ever-present fear of vulnerability had now become painfully real. The question haunting the global stage: how long before the next strike? And what parts of Putin's so-called invincible empire will finally crack under pressure? In the shadow of a shattered illusion, Ukrainian forces unleashed a massive drone assault on Vladimir Putin's sanctuary in Valdai. Hundreds of kilometers from the battlefield, in the Novgorod region. Sergei Lavrov revealed that 91 attackers' drones zeroed in on the residence. 91 deadly harbingers downed in the pre-dawn sky. Is this the moment Putin's iron facade cracks? The Russian foreign minister blasted Kiev for shifting to outright state terrorism. This brazen act, he warned, would force Moscow to rethink everything. Yet, in a twist that reeked of desperation, Lavrov clung to the peace table. We won't walk away, he insisted, despite the chaos. Picture the irony stinging like a winter frostbite. A leader proclaiming strength now admitting he needs negotiations? The bluster called out loud and clear. The absurdity peaked with Kremlin mouthpiece Dmitry Peskov. As Putin's bedroom window trembled, Peskov bumbled diplomatic maneuvers. A summit with Trump looms promisingly soon. But no talks with Zelensky on the horizon. One hand yelling assassination attempts. The other grasping for American handshakes. Sergei Lavrov's own words torpedoed the Kremlin's spin. Panic vibrating through every syllable. Why does this Novgorod retreat matter so much? Can Ukraine truly pierce such legendary walls? Behold Putin's hidden gem in Valdai. A clandestine palace nestled in dense, whispering woods. Not mere luxury, but a fortress of secrets. His information cocoon, a nerve center beyond prying eyes. 900 to 1,000 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. Long hailed as an impregnable haven. But Ukraine's cutting-edge armory shatters old certainties. Their advanced Lyadi or Bober kamikaze drones soar over 1,000 kilometers. If Lavrov's claim holds, over 90 drones piercing this airspace spells disaster. Russian defenses crumble inland. S-300 and S-400 systems. Even the Panzer arrays. Reduced to echoes of failure. Useless under the relentless buzz. Reports nail it, at least 12 air defenses should shield this crown jewel. Yet, the swarms slip through like shadows at dusk. The chill deepens. Zelensky's denial cuts like a sharp blade. Our aims strike military targets only. Not the man himself. Yet, Russian war hawks' threats echo ominously. Warnings of strikes on government seats fly. Reality bites harder, though. Ukrainian weaponry stretches far enough. Missiles and drones now threaten Moscow's core. Even beneath Putin's very pillow. Moscow postures as if talks are optional. But this reeks of strategic retreat. The game demands two players. And Kiev's reach extends far beyond what the Kremlin imagined. This wasn't mere drones. It laid bare Russia's Tsar's gnawing paranoia. His labyrinth of escapes. If Valdai falls, where does he flee? Breath held. As the underground empire waits. Nuclear-hardened bunkers looming beneath cliffs. The war creeping closer. Unearthly tension building with every silent tunnel. How deep must one dig to outrun fate? The drones hum fading. But the echo of vulnerability lingers. What forbidden depths hide next? As the leader buries himself. The noose tightens inch by inch. Will the shadows consume him whole? Following the recent attack, the gaps in the most advanced defenses become disturbingly clear. Over 90 drones managed to penetrate the supposedly impenetrable shield protecting Putin's private residence. How could such a breach happen? Officially, the Kremlin claims that their air defense systems, S-300, S-400, and Panzer, are among the best on Earth. Yet, the reality starkly contradicts this. If they are so powerful, why were they so easily bypassed? The answer raises chilling questions. And what does this say about Russia's military security? Could the invincible fortress actually be a fragile illusion? The fact that these drones came so close exposes a gaping flaw. Ukrainian forces, via President Zelensky, immediately denied launching the attack. He insisted their focus remains on military targets, not Putin's personal hideouts. Yet, pro-war Russian channels soon spread rumors that Kiev might target government buildings. Do they truly believe their own propaganda? Or are they hiding a darker truth? The truth is more frightening. Kiev now possesses missile and drone technology capable of reaching the heart of Moscow, capable of striking under Putin's very nose, even under his pillow. While Moscow acts as if negotiations are unnecessary, like a retreating ace in a game of chess, the real danger lurks in the unseen. Kiev's reach might be far longer than the Kremlin anticipated. This attack was more than a strategic strike, it revealed Russia's deep-rooted paranoia. The Russian leader's entire underground world is now under threat. If Valdai, his fortified palace, can be hit, then where is he truly safe? Welcome to one of Russia's darkest secrets, Putin's empire of shelters. According to investigative journalists and defected bodyguards, Putin's hidden sanctuaries are numerous and eerily identical across the nation. One of the most revealing sources is Gleb Karakulov, a former Federal Protection Service officer. He described how Putin's offices in St. Petersburg, Sochi, Novo-Ogaryovo, and Moscow are precisely the same. Completely identical, down to the wood paneling and the presidential pen. Why? So that no one, not even his closest ministers, can ever know his true whereabouts. This isn't limited to mirages. Sometimes, officials know he's in Sochi, but on live broadcasts, it appears he's in Moscow. It's a full ghost protocol, cloaking his movements in layers of deception. But the most startling revelation lies beneath Putin's Black Sea Palace, the legendary underground city built to resist nuclear blasts. Sprawling across 190,000 square meters, this fortress includes its own church, ice rink, casino, and lounge. Carved 50 meters into the cliffs overlooking the sea, it's more than a shelter. Scattered throughout the region are similar hidden complexes: Yamantau Mountain, the underground Metro 2 tunnels beneath Moscow, and sophisticated bunkers in the Altai Mountains. These secret tunnels run deep, some reaching 200 meters below the surface, connecting strategic command centers and key locations. Billions of rubles have been wasted constructing and modernizing these underground fortresses. They are designed to keep Putin safe from any attack. Yet, recent events challenge even these seemingly impregnable defenses. If drones can breach Valdai, what hope do these vast underground complexes offer? War has shifted into a new realm. No longer confined to battlefields, it has now invaded the very spaces leaders trust most. Even buried hundreds of meters underground, Putin is vulnerable. His tactical retreats, hidden bunkers, underground cities are no longer enough. The game has changed. The digital age and drone technology leave no safe zones untouched. The real question is, how long can a leader hide behind concrete walls and secret tunnels before he's truly trapped? As the world watches and wonders, what if all these secret sanctuaries are just illusions? What if the enemy has already found a way to dismantle his fortress of lies? The truth is chilling. War is now knocking on every door. The old safeguards are crumbling. The question remains: will Putin ever find an escape, or is he already ensnared in a strategic trap from which there's no escape? In the depth of his paranoia, Putin has built an invisible fortress, an entire empire of underground sanctuaries designed to keep him safe from any threat. Even the most sophisticated intelligence can't fully penetrate these hidden worlds. But recent events have shattered the illusion of invincibility. The attack on Valdai revealed a terrifying truth: no fortress, no secrecy, can fully protect a leader hunted by modern warfare. Imagine this: security teams send empty convoys and fake planes soaring into the sky, all to deceive prying eyes. Putin lives wrapped in a relentless cocoon of misinformation, constantly fleeing from both foes and his own shadow. Gleb Karakulov, a former guard turned whistleblower, exposes the obsession fueling this obsession: security at any cost. He reveals how Putin's secretive operations extend far beyond surface appearances, deep beneath the Black Sea coast. Beneath this billion-dollar palace sprawls a hidden underground city carved into the cliffs 50 meters below sea level. It's not just a bunker, it's an entire world, complete with its own church, ice rink, casino, and lounge. This fortress can withstand nuclear catastrophe. Inside, complex tunnels, fresh water sources, advanced ventilation, fiber optic cables, and escape routes connect to the main palace through hidden shafts. Behind thick concrete walls, Putin and his elite could remain isolated for weeks, possibly months, cut off from the outside world. Why build such a vast, secret network? Because Putin fears assassination and attack with every fiber of his being. But the truth is darker. Similar underground complexes exist elsewhere, in Yamantau and the Ural Mountains, the underground Metro 2 tunnels crisscrossing beneath Moscow, and hidden shelters deep in the Altai. According to leaked documents, the tunnels beneath the city extend down to 200 meters, linking the Kremlin with vital command centers. Billions of rubles have been poured into this secret infrastructure, funds stolen from the very people Putin claims to protect. Yet, the recent drone assault proved even the most elaborate defenses are no longer enough. The attack on his Black Sea fortress wasn't just a strike, it was a stark warning. In a world where drones fly silently, and war encroaches upon the doorstep, how safe can Putin truly be? The fortress keeps him hidden, but it can't shield him from the relentless tide of modern warfare. No underground bunker, no secret passage, can fully conceal a leader trapped in his own paranoia. How much longer can he cling to his illusions of safety? Beneath Moscow's legendary skyline, an intricate web of underground tunnels stretches deep into the earth, connecting the Kremlin to hidden command centers. These tunnels, carved 200 meters into the bedrock, cost billions of rubles, money stolen from the very people the leader claims to serve. Yet, recent events reveal that even these fortress-like corridors can no longer shield him. Imagine this: drone technology advances so swiftly that even the most secure underground bunkers are no match. War isn't fought with tanks or troops anymore, it's infiltrated the very heart of power, at the front door. Putin's underground layers, designed to be invincible, may protect him physically, but they cannot shield his mind. His grip on power is slipping, the political and psychological trap tightens. How long can a leader cling to authority by hiding behind concrete walls and underground mazes? History whispers warnings: dictators often fall prey not from outside enemies but from threats lurking close to home. Putin knows this too well. His name, linked to over 43 assassination attempts, reads like a nightmare on paper. From bomb plots in distant Azerbaijan to explosives planned on busy Moscow roads, each attempt a stark reminder of the chaos that shadows his rule. This relentless danger has fueled an extraordinary security machine. The Federal Protection Service has expanded into an army of 50,000 elite guards. Among them, the Musketeers, multilingual, fiercely loyal, each a walking fortress. They carry black leather briefcases, rumored to be bulletproof shields rather than mere purses. Hidden inside are tools of layered defense: gas masks, poison deterrents, even tasters, designed to protect him from assassination, from poison in his food to ambushes in the night. Even as these threats persist, the question remains: can Putin truly outrun his enemies, or are his underground sanctuaries just decoys in a game where no one truly escapes? The deeper you go beneath Moscow's surface, the more apparent it becomes: power, like the tunnels he relies on, is fragile, and the shadows of danger grow darker with each passing day. In the past, leaders relied on protection tactics from medieval times: tasters who sampled every bite, shields resistant to bullets, poison gas umbrellas. But in today's world, threat levels have skyrocketed beyond simple precautions. Now, even the most fortified figures face dangers from unseen enemies lurking behind modern masks of power. Recent reports reveal a chilling new dimension of paranoia within the Kremlin's walls. An alleged plot by a cabal of oligarchs and military insiders to poison Putin using deadly nerve agents was intercepted just in time. Was it a real threat or a desperate display of internal distrust? The details are murky, yet the atmosphere of suspicion grows thick with each rumor. In March, an incendiary event shattered the illusion of invincibility. A vehicle linked to Putin's circle mysteriously burst into flames, initially thought to be part of his personal convoy, then later associated with the Russian Duma. The incident sparked fears of an internal coup or betrayal. Security at the highest level was seemingly compromised, highlighting how fragile even the most elaborate defenses can be. The recent attack near Valdai acts as the final warning sign. Despite deploying thousands of security personnel, constructing underground filters 200 meters deep, and replacing himself with body doubles, Putin's safety remains a fragile illusion. The psychological toll of drone threats, silent, relentless, might be stronger than any physical barrier. Could the waves of fear finally break the Kremlin's carefully constructed facade? What if, despite all the underground bunkers and security teams, the true danger lies within his own mind? The borders of safety blur when modern warfare etches terror into the very fabric of a leader's psyche. Ledger of trust, security, and control, are they all illusions? The sky over Valdai hinted at a truth: no fortress is truly unbreakable. What hidden threats are truly lurking in the shadows of Putin's empire? And how long can a leader cling to power when the invisible walls of fear are crumbling? The answers lie in the darkest minutes of that night, when the silence was broken by the unexpected, and the myth of invulnerability was exposed. The day after Putin issued a stern ultimatum demanding Ukraine's surrender, he faced a chilling reality: war was inching closer to his own doorstep. His private bedroom, once a sanctuary of control, now felt the icy breath of threats looming just beyond the window. His billion-dollar underground bunkers, the elite Federal Protection Army of 50,000, and poison tasters might shield him from physical harm. Yet, they cannot safeguard him from the overwhelming truth: the political end looms closer than ever. This war he ignited has turned into a boomerang, returning with ferocity to strike at his most secure refuge. The Kremlin's lights may have flickered out that night, but this darkness reveals a far darker truth. Russia's future appears uncertain, fragile beneath the surface. There is no longer a true safe haven for Putin. The once impenetrable walls of his power seem to crack, exposing the vulnerability beneath. He lives in perpetual fear, haunted by the realization that even the strongest defenses are insufficient. The Ukrainian army now regards Putin and his inner circle as prime targets, threats to be eliminated. If diplomacy fails, another attempt to remove him might happen elsewhere, in a different residence. Yet, one fact remains unshaken: if Putin persists with his war, this fear will cling to him like a shadow. Neither the cold, reinforced walls of the Kremlin nor the secret underground palaces can keep it at bay. So, what is your perception of his future amid these perilous times? Will he find a way to escape the mounting threat, or is this the beginning of his ultimate downfall? Share your thoughts below. The silence of his fortress masks the storm brewing just beyond his reach.